Hello Suzaman, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are all having a good day so far. This is my puppy Kai. He is massive right now. If you guys have been watching for the last few months since I got him, then you remember how tiny he was. But now he is a 7-month-old puppy and he's just the most perfect thing to me. I love him so much. He's super shaggy right now. We have to go get him groomed and he's being a bit camera shy, which is so unlike him. But yeah, this is Kai, and today I actually want to talk about, oh, thank you. Today I actually, oh, you're tired. You're tired. Okay, say bye. You can go sleep now. So today I'm actually going to be talking about what it's like to own a pet in Germany. I've gotten many questions from you guys who are interested in getting a pet and you're interested in moving to Germany and having a pet here. So I want to give you guys some insight into that. I have now had Kai for 5 months now, so I've definitely learned a lot along the way. I want to give you guys some basics. So if you are in the process of getting a dog or you're moving here with a dog, this is the type of stuff that you can expect. So to start off, I want to talk about daily life with a dog in Germany, and then later on I'm going to be talking about the costs of having a dog in Germany. But just to get started, just to give you some insight, I gotta say that Germany and specifically Berlin is such a dog-friendly place to be. I couldn't think of a better place truly to have a dog. I have had such a positive experience over the last 5 months of having Kai and taking him out. And I can just imagine that when things start to go back to normal and we can actually go to cafes and restaurants, it's gonna be a very pleasant experience. I would say that if you live in Berlin and you're not doing, the crazy partying and going out, I mean, nobody is right now, but if you're not in that phase of your life and if you're not ready to have kids yet, then you probably have a dog or a pet, a cat, a fish, whatever it may be. You probably have a pet. People here are very much into their pets. So when you go out, it's very nice because actually you can take your dog to cafes here. You can take your dogs to restaurants, to major shops. So it is a very pleasant experience if you want to be with your dog out and about and you don't necessarily want to leave them at home at all times. The only places where you can't really take a dog is to supermarkets or any place that sells food. So I think that's, pretty standard, but I think it's awesome that you can actually take your dog out with you to dine or to have a coffee. That's a luxury in my mind because back home in Canada, that's just not allowed. I mean, dogs are not allowed in shops and restaurants or anything like that. That is a big, big pro of living in Germany and having a pet. Another thing that I've noticed just in daily life actually has to do with the parks. And there are a ton of parks in the city, all around the city. You guys probably know I talk about the parks all of the time, but not all of the parks are dog friendly. A lot of the parks are specifically for children, they're children's playgrounds. So you do have to be careful when you are going into a park. You have to read the signs to see whether or not it is okay to bring a dog with you. And this is something I didn't even really think of. I thought, oh, it's gonna be so easy just to take Kai out anywhere and he can just run around anywhere he wants, on a leash, of course. But when I looked more into it, there are a lot of places that are specifically designated for children and no animals are allowed. But regardless, there's still a lot of green space in the city. So maybe some of your local neighborhood parks won't allow it, but you don't usually have to go too far to find a designated dog area. But that's just something I noticed that I wasn't really aware of prior to getting him. I don't know if this is a Berlin thing. It probably is a Berlin thing because Berliners sometimes can be super nasty, but if you live in other parts of Germany, let me know what it's like where you're at. But people here, they don't pick up their poop. Not everybody, but a large majority of people do not pick up after their dogs. And it is so freaking disgusting. I don't know why that is here. I always pick up after myself. I am a good citizen, not after myself, after Kai. And I am not a confrontational person. I don't like to argue. I don't like to bicker. It's just not my thing. So I don't call people out, but I have seen people bicker and get into fights over this. Specifically, you know, if one owner is doing the right thing and the other one is not, then yeah, that's something that can happen. Another awesome thing about having a dog in Germany or in an EU country is the flexibility to travel around the EU with your pet. We actually got Kai from Poland. If you guys saw the vlog, we filmed the whole process. It was really emotional for me. Hello, Susamen. This is our puppy. But if you missed it, I'll go ahead and link it right over here. He was so tiny and so cute in that vlog. But yeah, we got him from Poland, and when we got him, he came with an EU passport, and pretty much all dogs come with an EU passport when you get them here. And it's really great because that means that it gives you the flexibility to travel around the EU countries with your dog, and it just facilitates the whole travel process. And pretty much all that you need in order to travel with your dog within the EU countries is to have the EU passport and have a rabies vaccination. So it's quite simple to travel. The only thing is that not all of the major airlines within Europe allow you to travel with dogs. For instance, you can't take them on EasyJet or Ryanair, which have the most affordable flights. So that kind of sucks because you'd have to go with a more expensive airline, typically like Lufthansa or KLM. So that's just give and take. All right, let's talk about the costs, which I know that many of you are interested in what it's like to actually have a dog here and what are the costs of having that dog. So there are two major things to consider and two major costs to consider, I would say, upfront as soon as you get your new puppy or your new dog. The first thing is, which is a shock to me still, but it is that you actually have to register your dog with the city once you get them. So similar to, you know, how we would have to register with the city and, you know, let them know where we live, you have to let the government know that you have a dog and you have to register them as well. And they actually have to pay tax. And this is a very, very foreign concept to me. In Canada, we don't have dog tax, but across Germany, there is dog tax. If you're interested in the amount of dog tax fees that you have to pay every year, I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link down below because every single state in Germany has a certain amount that you have to pay. So for instance, in the state of Berlin, you have to pay 120 euros yearly for your dog. And if you get a second dog, then the amount raises to 180 euros yearly. So the fee is not, you know, extortionate. It's not a crazy amount, but it is a fee to consider and a cost that you would have to consider and pay up front. The other thing that you will need to get is third-party liability insurance. Germans are very, very big on insurance. People have insurance for everything here, and it's no different when it comes to owning a pet. So this is a very important insurance to have, because if you go out and your dog ruins somebody's property or injures somebody, you will want to have insurance to cover you. And on the other hand, if another dog injures you or damages your property, you're gonna wanna have insurance and be able to put a claim forward too. So it's very, very important that you sign up for this third-party liability insurance. This was a very easy process to do as well. I did it online, and I'll go ahead and leave a link down below to the provider that I use. And I believe the fee was around 60 euros a year. So again, nothing super crazy, but it's just nice to know that you have protection in case anything happens. Now, the other thing that you can consider getting as well is health insurance. Now, this is, you know, for any major things that happen to your dog. Let's say they need major surgery or they get seriously sick. You can have insurance to help you cover the costs. Now, you will have to still pay upfront for regular vet appointments, but if something major happens, like they need surgery or something, you can always get it back from the insurance company, or at least get a portion back. So that's something to also consider, because you really never know when something's going to happen to your dog. I mean, just having a little puppy, I'm constantly having to watch him. He's constantly trying to eat stuff, get into things. So yeah, they could literally swallow anything or step on something or get hurt at any point. So it's always good to have this insurance as well. The last thing I did want to mention, which is huge when it comes to having a pet, is getting them castrated or getting them spayed. And this is not actually legally required in Germany to do. It is optional. And this is another thing that actually shocked me, because in Canada, it's very much recommended that you do this, especially if you get a dog from a breeder, or I believe even most shelters will spade or castrate the dogs prior to you adopting them. But here it's just optional. And when I asked our vet about it, she was like, oh, you want to castrate him? And I was like, yeah, like, should I not? And she was like, yeah, it's up to you if you want. So yeah, I thought that was just a very, very different approach. And I'm still thinking about it, to be honest. If any of you have dogs, let me know what your approach was to this. I've heard mixed things, like it can be better for their health, or it can also change their personality a lot. And I don't necessarily want my dog's personality to change that much. But I know it's just more of like the socially responsible thing to do. So I'm kind of torn right now. I'm completely new to this, completely new territory, but for any pet owners, let me know down below how you proceeded. Is your dog neutered? Are they not neutered? Let me know down below. That would be very helpful. Ooh, the last thing, which I almost forgot about, which I think is quite unique to Germany and to Berlin, is that a lot of dogs here actually walk off of their leash. And I always find this whole thing fascinating. I was very shocked by it when I first got here, because again, back home in Canada, it's legally required that your dog is on a leash at all times. And here there are such well-behaved, well-trained dogs that they can literally walk without their lead. They know where to stop, they know where to cross the road, and it's really cool. I don't think Kai is quite there yet. He is definitely too much of a puppy right now to be able to do that. But it is an option for you to be able to walk your dog off of their leash or their lead, whatever you like to call it, if they do get a certification. So they do have to go through a certification process where it shows that the dog is obedient and that you have full control of them as an owner. And once they pass this test, then you are legally able to take them off of the lead and let them do their thing. So yeah, that's maybe something that you can consider doing as well if you think your dog can handle it and they're well behaved and you want to go through that certification process. But that is pretty much it for today's video, guys. I wanted to mention that Kai actually has his own YouTube channel as well. It's called Kai the Multi-Poo, and I just make little fun videos about important milestones in his life, like getting his first haircut, getting his first bath, his first time in the snow. There's just like really cute, fun videos. They're quite short, but if you guys are interested in supporting that channel and watching some cute videos, I will leave the link down below for you to check them out and subscribe. But yeah, if you're also new to the channel and you are interested in all things Germany, moving to Germany, working in Germany, make sure to hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I post new videos every single week, and I would love to see you guys around here next week. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Tschüss!